So there is a comedian out there named Matt Rife. You've probably seen him on your TikTok or Reels feed as you scroll mindlessly. For years, Matt grinded trying to make a splash on the comedy scene, starting from a young age when his grandfather first introduced him to the craft.
I started stand-up when I was 15 at the Columbus Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, which is just outside my hometown in Ohio. And my grandpa used to take me to the open mics there every Wednesday after school. And it was just a fun thing I was doing recreationally. It was something that he always supported and loved to watch me do. And I was just doing it for fun. And then just kind of one thing led to another.
You might also remember him from his Wild and Out days.
I can't come to the phone right now because I'm busy having a dream that someday some white boy that looked like Vanilla Ice will do an impression of me on TV.
Well, long story short, this dude had a major glow up, and Matt went from basically an F-list celebrity to selling out arenas for his comedy overnight. All thanks to short form content and that face. And obviously women love this guy. Your 40-year-old aunt posts all of his clips on Facebook and goes to see this man live. Because Matt does crowd work. At least most of the clips that go the most viral for him are when he interacts with the crowd. And in general, it's really not my type of comedy I enjoy, but it is great for TikTok. Andrew Scholes really ushered this in a couple of years ago. At least he was the first guy to really hone in and take it to the next level. And now there's a ton of guys out here doing it. Now don't get me wrong, he had to work very hard to get here and is extremely skilled. I would actually call him like the Jack Harlow of comedy. Both wanted to do it young. They both tried to stay true at first. And then for Jack, he blew up off of a song. And for Matt, he blew up off of an act that attracted women because of their looks and subject matter. And while that is amazing, and it seems like a dream come true to live out your wildest dreams, sometimes the label gets tough to beat, and it can become very tiring.
You're being charged with impersonating a comedian. You're selling out world tours, but your comedy sucks. Everybody knows they only go into your shows for those traps, those tattoos, and them cheekbones.
Eyes?
Yeah, I don't trust them eyes. They change in the light.
Yeah, but your fine ass.
And so once Matt got his chance to get a Netflix special, he made it known that he was not some soft TikTok comedian, and dropped a domestic abuse joke right off the cuff. Like I'm talking about the first 2 minutes in. And obviously due to copyright restrictions, I can't show you the full joke. But I made this little clip to kind of display what he was trying to get over. Yeah, man, the other day, me and my boy went out to Baltimore and it was so damn ratchet. We walked into this diner and the hostess there had this big old black eye. Oh, okay, well, how did that happen? Man, well, let me tell you, it was not like SpongeBob, okay? It was so obvious what happened to her, okay? You know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I get you, that's hilarious. Why didn't they just, like, stick her in the back, you know, flip some pancakes or something, you know? Well, let's be honest, man. If she could cook, she wouldn't have had that big old shiner in the first place. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's funny. Why did I agree to have lunch with this guy I've not seen since high school? And so that one single joke had people extremely upset. I actually watched the special in its entirety. I thought it was pretty decent. I would say it was solid compared to a lot of the stuff I see out there today. I will say though, Matt definitely came for the women on this one, okay? They were the butt of a lot of his jokes. And to me, it felt a little bit like nudging the guys in the audience. Like, hey guys, I'm cool. I'm part of the club too. And you'll see in these interviews I'm about to show you that, you know, the insecurity does run a little bit deep when it comes to having this all-female audience. Either way, people were trying to cancel him over the joke. Okay, they started saying he looks like the guy from Big Mouth. I hate this show. Just more people basically saying he was never funny. This person comes in to say the most annoying thing about the Matt Rife special is that he's about to do a right-wing edgelord rebrand and make a killing in the middle-aged white woman market. Like I'm telling you guys, I literally just sat through the entire special and nothing about it at all said right wing to me. Were there a couple of jokes that were a bit of a swing and a miss? Of course, but that's pretty much every single comedy special. And obviously, comedy is subjective. Do I think the DA joke he told was really that funny? No. I actually thought it was one of the worst jokes in the entire special. And I don't think it would have gotten as much attention if he didn't just come out with that right off the bat. But he even notes, like, I'm kind of just feeling you out as a crowd. I'm trying to see how fun you guys are going to be.
I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye. Just testing the waters, seeing if y'all are going to be fun or not. Just wanted to see. I figured we start the show with domestic violence. The rest of the show should be pretty smooth sailing after that.
Which essentially meant to me, I'm trying to see how willing you're gonna be for me to actually tell, like, jokes with even the slightest amount of edge. Because what he said here is probably about a 4 out of 10 on the edge scale. Like, I've heard way worse from comedians. And it wasn't just random women on Twitter trying to get this man canceled, okay? Some of these actual news publications came out against him saying, Matt Rife tried to impress the guys with his misogyny. It backfired. I mean, let's just look at who wrote this shit. It kind of tells me everything I need to know. Just another news article. Matt Rife wants men to like him, so he punches down at women. Controversial comedian Matt Rife is under fire. Like, I'm sorry, but this guy is about as controversial as white bread. And then, of course, you know they're always going to be digging up the past. Matt Rife's trash behavior towards Zendaya in 2015, we're talking about almost 10 years ago, has resurfaced amid the backlash to his Netflix special. You're mixed. I want to be black. Let's make a lifestyle movie, Matt said to Zendaya before grabbing her face. I guarantee that happened on Wild 'N Out, where the whole thing is basically improv. And let's be honest, guys, 2015 was a completely different time. Like, if this guy comes out in 2015 and makes this joke, I don't think damn near anyone gives a single shit. But they're like, you were supposed to be one of the nice comedians. You were supposed to be for the women. And he said, fuck that. And I thought this was just yet another hilarious clapback. Comedian Matt Rife is facing backlash after posting a fake apology link on Instagram. So here the cancellation mob thought they had finally got to him. He says on his Instagram story, if you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology. And he just links you to some special needs helmets. So he essentially came out and doubled down on the fuck you. And I gotta say, I respect it. I mean, why are we out here expecting comedians of all people, I don't care what they're known for, to be like more respectful than a politician? And here's where I wanted to show you guys just how kind of ashamed a little bit Matt seems to be about his crowd work that has gone the most viral.
Let's play the first viral TikTok, which I haven't watched yet. This is how you went viral, which I guess you talk to people in the crowd, right?
I do from time to time, yeah.
That's not a thing.
No, it is. I mean, I would
TikTok.
just say it more properly than that. Yeah, I do crowd work that happens to go viral quite often, yeah.
So as you guys can see, it gets a little bit awkward when Dave Poinor kind of just insinuates, yeah, you just, kind of talk to the crowd, it goes viral. And he's saying, no, it's kind of a more calculated thing. You can see he's kind of like slight about having that reputation, like that's why he's famous. When in Dave's defense, that really is the reason that he blew up. He might not like that, but it's the truth.
Crowd work is the proper way to describe it?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, crowd work. I said talk to people in the crowd, I think.
Yeah, no, that sounds like I'm interviewing them.
All right, let's see it.
Did you not have a job the entire time you... Oh, God.
And just pay attention to his face right here and how much he shakes his head in disapproval and just cringes at himself.
He works in the ER also? Are you working with a hero? So how did he not do anything if he worked in the ER? Aside from work, he didn't do anything. He was saving lives. What do you do? You work for American Airlines? Oh, you! Oh my God! Where are my bags? Oh, what have you been doing? Saving lives all day? Yeah, what have you been doing? Peanuts?
So that's
So
more...
stupid.
And I do feel like there's nothing more awkward you can do to someone who creates videos online than to like pull them up in person in front of them. Like, I've gotten a little bit cooler about it over the years, but even back in high school when I was trying to make videos, I remember people would like, let's say there was a sub in class, oh, let's pull up his videos, let's put them on the projector, and it was always kind of like an awkward thing for me. But either way, you can tell just how uncomfortable he was in this moment, and how much he might actually kind of detest what made him famous. And here's where he speaks about the fact that a lot of women come to his shows for the wrong reasons because they find him attractive, and they think he's just gonna be doing crowd work the entire time, when in reality he's working on actual bits. And so a lot of times, those women who came for the shows for the wrong reasons leave not very satisfied with what they saw, whereas their boyfriends who didn't even want to come to the show actually end up having a better time because his comedy is actually more geared towards them.
Up until like April of this year, it was like
90% women come into these shows, which weren't always for the right reasons. And they got there, and maybe they didn't like my comedy, and they go, well, maybe I wasn't a fan for the right reason, which is fine. I appreciate the immediate support, but like I'm a comedian more than anything else. So like I'm gonna do the comedy I want to do. I'm not gonna pander to what girls want me to do with the fucking belt thing that went viral for no reason. So they bring their boyfriends or husbands who are always reluctant because they fucking probably bought the tickets.
Right.
They didn't want to be there. And then like 20 minutes into the show, they realize like my comedy is so much more for guys than it is girls. It's so funny.
You see their shoulders like start to relax, like their arms, like they're drinking their drink.
And just in watching the one special that he recently put out, I would agree with him that the content is much more for men than it is for women. And I'm sure some of the women are still like, oh yeah, this is still cool, it's still funny. You know, the whole point of being here is to laugh. And the other ones are like, how could you, Matt?
My live shows, to me, I've always gone for the tone of like, I just wanted to feel like a hangout with the boys.
Right.
Like, you're gonna say some ridiculous shit from time to time, but I wanted to just feel like a hangout. It breaks my heart that so many guys just won't give me a chance because I'm like, dude, we could be best friends. Dude. You just never know.
And I wonder if that's been something that he's struggled with, not only like in his comedy, but also in real life. Like guys not wanting to bro down with him because of the way he looks and thinking that he's gonna be a certain way. Because it feels to me like this might be a slightly deeper insecurity than just his comedy. He just wants to be one of the guys. And I agree with him there too. Like if you get around your boys, you were gonna say stuff that could have got him canceled, it could have got him fired. Like that's just the way it goes. It does feel kind of like a safe space for you to get some shit off. I don't know, I just find this entire situation to be extremely interesting because it's almost like this man is kind of canceling himself on purpose. And I can't decide whether it's dumb or smart because on one hand, you could completely lean into like this women arc that he's been on and probably 10x his fame. Or on the other hand, you can kind of like get rid of that reputation, but probably be way less famous, way less successful. But if at the end of the day, that's what makes him happy, and have a more wide range of an audience this way, then so be it. And just to kind of put a ribbon on this whole thing, no, I don't think he should be canceled for that one joke. At the end of the day, it is comedy. He is a comedian. And it is funny to see people come out the woodwork to call him right-wing already, to try and pull up this old shit from 2015. It's just ridiculous. Y'all let me know what you guys think down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy Tan Superman, and some other comedians out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.